This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why, like you, he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
A lot of states have been called. The networks are calling Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, and Florida, all for Trump. And they're calling Illinois, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, all for Kamala Harris. Nobody's calling Pennsylvania yet, even though their polls are closed.
I think they don't count for an hour in Pennsylvania until for an hour after the polls close. North Carolina, it was interesting to me, now? I don't know.
Huge for Harris in North Carolina,
right? They 7% of the votes have been counted. That's kind of a key state, if that isn't it.
It's one of the 7 swing states. Yeah. Now it depends if that's mail-in ballots that they dump out first, and the mail-in ballots always favor the Democrats early on. I don't know why that's a thing. Why Democrats like mail-in and Republicans show up in person. Doesn't make any sense.
It's beginning to change, but yeah, that's always historically been the way it's been.
Yeah. Now, Georgia, Trump is still holding on to a 56-42 lead, and that's with 35% of the vote already in. So that big lead is still holding up.
The electoral college is Trump won, according to Fox, Trump 105, Harris 72.
Yeah.
According to CNN, Trump 90, Harris 27. Big difference between Harris on CNN and Harris on Fox.
Yeah, Fox is more aggressive in calling states.
That didn't help him last time in Arizona.
No.
They were right, though.
Yeah, they were right. By 11,000 votes.
We've got Steve Gregory.
Steve-O!
Covering the L.A.
What's
County
up, guys?
DA race between Hochman and Gascón. Where are you?
I'm in the heart of Beverly Hills. I'm in this beautiful courtyard with this historic white building that looks like something from, George Washington era. This is a beautiful setup. We're outdoors along with the rest of the media. They're setting up this party that's, this courtyard's got these fountains in the middle.
This must be the Hochman party.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like you're on
lots
a date.
Of tables.
It does. He is. He's quite flowery in his description.
Yeah, you got that romantic voice on.
I'm sorry, guys.
We're getting the novel version here.
In the business, we call this a scene setter.
What business is that?
A scene setter. We're doing a scene setter now. So this is they're getting set up for what they expect to be could be as high as 750 people. Is what they're planning for. We just had a chance to talk with Nathan Hochman a few moments ago about how things are going for him and how he's feeling about things, and all the way to what he's going to be doing on day one. And he said right away he's going to roll back a lot of Gascón's policies if he's elected. That's his day one promise. The attendees here tonight are expected to be everywhere from campaign volunteers to donors to actually the victims of crime. And he proudly said that there will be some deputy district attorneys in attendance tonight who will be sort of risking their jobs to be here in support of Hochman. So that's sort of what's going on now. They're still in a kind of a setup phase, but it's a beautiful site here, heart of Beverly Hills. This is where Hochman grew up. He went to Beverly Hills High School. This is something that is very personal and very close to him.
So you said on day one he's going to roll back a lot of the provisions or a lot of the crimes, but what is he going to do on day two?
Good question, Tim.
Thank you.
Maybe that's when
Tim,
Steve could ask that
Tim,
question tonight.
It's just one day at a time, Tim.
Nice.
It's just one day at a time.
Nice.
Where's the Gascón victory party?
I have no idea. They
Same
never got
place.
back to
They're
me.
saving money.
They never got back to me. So, I mean, because we had every intention on spending some time over there and spending some time here, but
Really?
they never returned our emails.
Wow.
What?
Nope. So we
they have a
absolutely got
grudge?
no heads up. I don't know, John. You tell me.
Is he capable, if Gascón loses tonight, is he capable of releasing everybody in L.A. County from jail?
No, but that's a great rumor to start.
He's got a master key. He's got a master key. Yeah. No,
He's the DA.
so-
I imagine he could throw a lot of people out of jail. Sure, he could. Drop a lot of
he doesn't
charges.
have that. Nope, he doesn't have that.
No,
Nope,
you got to
that has to be done by a
got to
judge.
request, from a judge.
Yeah. So Tim, don't start stuff.
No, go ahead.
Start
Put that-
stuff right.
put-
Conway's
Misinformation,
got his,
Tim.
yeah, he's got his own narrative.
Misinformation.
Put it on Twitter.
When does the party start, Steve?
8:00.
Yeah, I think they'll call that race real fast.
You think? Honestly, John, that's exactly what I was kind of hoping for. That this, that maybe there's a sense here that if early numbers come back and it's pretty clear what's happening, that maybe there'll be a concession speech, and we can wrap this thing up tonight.
I would think it would have to be early, but I don't know how slow. I don't know if they're doing exit polling for a local race like this. And California is so slow now in getting out their results.
Yeah,
But
you're right. And Chris Little and I were talking about this the other day when he used to cover elections, 100 years ago. They were still doing paper ballot and all that stuff too. But they said they were able to get results by late that night, early next morning. And for some reason, over the last few decades, that it's gotten worse instead of better. So,
all right, Steve. Very good. Thank you.
Hang in there, Steve.
Big
Bye.
stud.
Yeah.
God, he had his romantic voice on, huh?
He did. He really painted the picture very well. I guess that's why he's so good at what he does.
Could he have gotten any closer to that fountain while he's talking, or is that it?
So the electoral vote is 105 for Trump, 72 for Harris. That's according to Fox. They are calling states very rapidly.
They
on
are
both sides.
Right, but everybody listening right now and everybody watching these results, you have high moments where you think your person's winning, and you have low moments where you think your person's losing. It's going to go on all night.
Yeah. North Carolina's tightening up a little, 53-45 now for Harris. And Georgia's still pretty strong for Trump, 56-42 with 36% of the vote in.
But where is that 36 coming from? Mark, please.
I'll tell you, the most disturbing part of this night for me is that the Ingram angle has been postponed, or whatever they call that, where they scuttle it because of election. For those of us who live for the Ingram angle, is there a place where we can go watch that?
Yeah, it's just on podcast.
It's been preempted tonight. Yeah,
that's tough.
Where's Jesse? Isn't he on with this?
Yeah, he's on the panel. I saw that big Jesse Waters.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah, they have like 8 people on a panel.
Yeah, they had a lot.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, we come back. We'll have more KFI election results.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Looking at the results so far, you've got Trump with 105 electoral votes, Harris with 72. They have given Trump, well, it depends on the network you're looking at. Let me go to Fox because they've called the most states. They've given Trump Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Missouri, and Oklahoma. They've given Kamala, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Illinois. None of these are surprises.
But doesn't it seem like North versus South again?
Yes, we never got over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
but the two parties has flipped. It used to be the Democrats in the South, and now it's the Democrats in the North.
Yeah. Georgia is still Trump 55-44, and they got 46% of the vote in. That's a pretty big lead. Now,
wait, what was that one for people who half-assed listening?
55-44.
In what state?
Georgia.
Okay.
You were half-assed listening.
John, please.
That's what
I
he
never
meant.
half-ass anything.
North Carolina, it's tightened up. Harris is up 51-47, just 8% in. I've realized some of these states just dumped their mail-in ballots out first because in Pennsylvania, I know they were going to do that, and Harris at the moment is up 73-26.
What is it about?
It's not going to last.
What is it about people voting where Democrats vote early and Republicans vote late? It's always been that way.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of baffling. I would think that's a convenience call, but it became a political issue.
I mean, well, and the message changed, right? The Trump message, from the top was, this mail-in stuff, it's garbage. Don't do it. We're same-day voters. We're day-of voters. And then he realized it was a weapon that he could use. I mean, he made that calculation smartly, and he said, no, we don't want you to mail in. I want you to get out there early. So he changed and pivoted himself.
Well, also, if you wait till the end, you could get hosed by, I think that's an official term, by long lines and storms, weather.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
any number of things.
I think I told you that happened to me one year. I was going to vote, and that's when our show ended at 6, right? And I went to the voting precinct, and it was such a long line. I think that might have been a COVID year, right? Where they didn't have too many.
The lines were long, I remember,
Long lines, and it's getting near 7 o'clock, and my wife is calling saying, you got to come home. There was some social engagement. And it's like I couldn't go home, and so I just skipped voting. It was a primary. And not that your vote matters anyway all that much, but so this year I went on Sunday afternoon to one of the vote centers.
So where John lives, where I used to live, we used to vote at the Lux Hotel. It's called the Lux Hotel on Sunset.
Is that right?
And this is how disgusting, decadent polling can get. They valet your car, at this hotel. You go in. And there's a catered, meaning like there's Chinese food and there's and finger sandwiches at this hotel, honest to God. And while you're waiting, and there's no wait, but while you're waiting, there is a cellist. There was a cellist one year and a pianist another year. I would go vote in person just so I could see that show.
What is this? Because I don't remember that.
For years.
But there's a similar thing going on in Victorville where they valet park your John Deere. You walk into the Holiday Inn and a guy's playing a violin.
I'm telling you, this really happened, man. This is not just it was like a cartoon.
By the time I moved there, they moved it to a sweaty gym.
That might have ended.
In Burbank, we vote at the fire station.
Yeah.
like blue-collar workers. That's right. Or the library.
I used to go just for that.
Who do you think is going to win with who is the city councilman who got caught?
De Leon?
De Leon. You think he's going to win?
If De Leon can't beat a woman who wants to disband the police department,
he's going to win.
Yeah, I'd get out of politics.
But I think that plays in some communities. The the police.
They should follow through then. If they vote for her, then I would cordon off that district and say, have at it. Go do what you want. No police come in this for the rest of the year. Jesus, people are crazy. But some people actually take this idea seriously. Oh, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Abolish the police.
Those people are not voting in big numbers. They aren't.
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though. If Donald Trump loses, and it's 50-50 right now, the people who voted for Donald Trump and the people that made the noise and went to the rallies did push the Democratic Party more to the center. They made Kamala Harris rescind her actions on several things. One of them was the border. One of them was crime.
But what does she do if she gets in power?
I don't know.
Which Kamala shows up?
I don't know. Drilling for oil. I mean, she did. They made her back off a lot of her far left, positions.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they made her or she did, but you're right. She definitely moved, and I think that. When she's talking about putting Liz Cheney in her cabinet, that's somebody who's clearly going to govern from the center. I mean, should she get in, it would be a shock to see all of a sudden her tack back to the left.
It's a little weird, though, not knowing what she really believes in.
Yeah, I mean, again,
didn't they refer to?
Maybe I'm a sucker, but it seems to me that she's now become, center left, if you want to.
Right, but didn't they refer to her dad as Darth Vader? Liz Cheney's dad is Darth Vader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and now they've warmed up to Darth Vader's daughter.
Darth Vader's daughter is different than Darth Vader. Didn't you see the movie? I mean, Luke is different than Darth, okay? Luke Skywalker is...
I only saw 10 minutes
part
of the first
Resistance.
movie.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to see the whole thing. When you see the trilogy, call me.
Okay.
All right. Some of
where are we now? We're still 105.72?
Yeah, still 105.72. Ohio is even at 49 each with almost 40% of the vote in.
Wow, that's unusual that Ohio is even.
Yeah,
that's
it actually came out heavily for Harris early on.
Oh, I see.
Pennsylvania is still Harris 72-26. That's only 7% of the vote. Mail-in ballots.
Here's a shocker that they've confirmed, they projected, now they've confirmed that Harris will win the District of Columbia by 98 points.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Virginia's tight, and they got 35% in. It's 49-48.
And the reason why District of Columbia always, D.C. always goes for the Democrat is because almost everybody that works there depends on the government for their paycheck. Almost everybody. Isn't that true? You grew up there.
Yeah. I'd say that there's some other stuff in the demography there. I mean, but I would also say that they ultimately get screwed, the District of Columbia, as you know, because they don't really have a vote. They don't have no vote in Congress. They have no vote. They don't have a senator. They've got nothing. So
and their budget's controlled by Congress.
Their budget's controlled by the feds. It's really awful. I mean, what they do to the D.C. people is all. You and I have talked about this before. I mean, they pay taxes like everybody else, and then they get screwed. They get no representation whatsoever.
They do very well.
You have this
They're
view that
all making a ton of money.
No, let me tell you who's making a ton of money. People in suburban Maryland, suburban Virginia.
That's where they all live, but they all work in D.C.
Yeah, well, those where they have
those counties are among the wealthiest in the country.
Yeah, they vote where they live, Tim. They don't vote where they work.
No, you drive through those counties and you just start screaming at them. That's my money.
That's exactly right.
I paid for that house. I paid for that house.
Most of that Pentagon budget never leaves the Beltway.
Yeah.
All the defense contractors, yeah.
Trump's winning Texas 51-47 with a 38% of the vote in.
That was a real...
But what's the numbers on Texas?
51-47.
That's too close, too, if you're a Trump fan.
Well, the interesting race there, I guess it's, Cruz will probably win the Senate seat there, but I mean, it was within a single point, yeah.
I don't even know if he's going to win. The early vote
is down by 2 points now with 32% in.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think he ran very scared. Every time I saw Ted Cruz being interviewed, he was panicked and kept giving his website out at the end saying, please donate money. Please go to
That happens every cycle. Everybody hates him in Texas.
Yeah,
he always barely squeaks by.
Yeah, I don't know. The Cancun thing
he
didn't
screwed
really...
up in the Cancun thing.
Yeah.
When the Ice Age returned to Texas and he split. Isn't that essentially what happened?
To be fair, he left the dog behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Without a dog sitter.
When you're a public figure, you always got to be on edge. That one moment will dog you for the rest of your life until you're dead and make like the first paragraph or the second paragraph of your obituary.
Right. Like
and that's his.
Yeah. And like Mark Cuban had one this in this cycle.
Yeah.
When he called all the women who vote or hang out with Trump morons.
Yes.
And that's
right.
Paraphrasing.
I'm paraphrasing, but that's going to dog him. For
he said he doesn't want any people, strong women around him, right?
Yeah, that's right. That'll
strong,
dog him
intelligent
for a while.
women.
Strong, intelligent women. Yeah.
Well, he's onto something, though.
All right.
Sorry, Robin.
We got continuous coverage of this is election coverage.
It is great election.
This is election coverage. All right,
you're not going to get this anywhere else.
No, nobody else will put this on.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
I'm sorry. Can I read a text? I got a text that came in.
Go ahead, read the text.
I've been listening to KFI for 40 years. This is the best election coverage by far. I'm Trump. My wife is Harris, and we're glued to the radio.
All right.
Wow.
Well, here's the updates. Fox has given Arkansas to Trump. So he has 111 electoral votes now. Harris has 72. Trump has much of the South, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, then up in the Midwest, Indiana and West Virginia. And Kamala has Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, District of Columbia, Maryland, and Illinois. So it's 111 to 72. Now, some of the swing states, Trump is winning significantly still. And this is one of those things I mentioned before. You look early because this was supposed to be a 50-50 state, and it's 55-44 with 52% of the vote in. Trump is winning. In North Carolina, Trump is now ahead. He was way behind. He's now ahead 51-47, and it depends on where in the state the returns are coming in. So now you're probably getting more rural votes in. So he's up by 4 points in North Carolina. Virginia is got Trump ahead, 49. Well, it's almost a dead heat, 49.3 to 48.9. And that's with almost 40% of the vote in.
Okay, but what you can also do, John, is you can put 82 electoral votes in Harris's column with California and New York, because she's going to win both of those.
That's automatic.
So she's right now at 154 if you add the 72 that she already has. So she's at 154.
Right.
If you add California and New York.
Yeah, and there's a lot of sure things for Trump as well.
Well,
the whole middle of the country.
But those are, I mean, to start the day off at 82 is unbelievable. You know, New York and California.
Well, you know, I read something. I don't know if I still have the article. Here it is. Because I saw this Wall Street Journal article, and I thought this was a clickbait headline, but then I thought, well, the Journal normally doesn't have them. Could California elect Donald Trump? And I thought, well, what does that mean? And California has driven out so many people that other states picked up electoral votes because they picked up congressional districts.
That's so wild.
So California lost one,
right?
But Texas picked up two. Florida picked up one. Montana, North Carolina, Oregon. So, because mostly Republicans were driven out of California.
Right.
And so they went to these other states. Now they have extra electoral votes for a Republican that wins. So Trump is getting some free
they spill over from California.
Votes. Yeah.
Right. But you know what? I agree with that to a certain point. But I will tell you that the people who have moved up to Montana and people who have moved up to Idaho, the one complaint that locals have in Montana and Idaho, the Californians have moved to their state and brought their politics with them. So there is a significant amount of Democrats or liberal Democrats that have moved because they can't afford to live here anymore, and they bring their politics with them. So I think there's a bit of that as well.
Yeah, there can be. I mean, the Montana had a Democratic senator probably up until today.
Right. But you know, but the people who if you live in Idaho, and I've seen this, a friend of mine, Dave Harden, lives up there. If you live up in Idaho and you have a California plate on your car, you put a bumper sticker next to it saying it's a rental. You don't want anyone to believe, you don't want anyone to know that you've come from California. So you tell everybody it's a rental car, even though it's your car. That's the stink that Californians moving into these small states have. They hate it.
I remember a couple of years ago, because we go to Florida a lot, and we were renting a kayak. And the guy said, "Where are you guys from?" And I said, "California." And he made some weird grunt sound, like really unpleasant, like he was going to spit up his lunch. It was like, oh, geez. And I remember it used to be when I first moved out here, and I tell people I moved to California, "Oh, that's so cool. That's great."
They don't know anything about it,
Yeah, now it's like they back away from you like you got a disease they're going to catch.
Yeah, it's wild. Big difference. Big difference. All right, so Hochman, the party starts at 8:30, and that's probably going to be a landslide. I don't know anybody who's voting for Gascón.
I would love to get a room full of Gascón lovers to say, what is it about the last 4 years that you liked?
Well, he rode in on prison
decarceration.
Yeah,
I think that's the euphemism.
That's right. Yeah. The prison's being too full, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But society's changed. Society has. It's a blight on society, the kind of lawlessness that we've had to deal with. And people just see it everywhere. And there's no such thing as a bad area anymore. We've seen rip-offs in really upscale neighborhoods, and we've seen
I've seen in Burbank every time I go shopping, I see somebody steal.
Yeah. I mean, so I just think people have had enough.
Yeah.
Well, we tried the experiment for a few years.
Yeah.
It's not theoretical anymore.
I was at
what would happen if you do this? Well, now we saw.
I was at a grocery store in Burbank, and I saw a young kid, probably in his early 20s, and he put 25 of those big Tide, clothes detergent jugs in a cart. And I said to the security guy, I go, this young kid who's 22 is not buying those 25 gallons of Tide. He's walking out that door. And they said, well, we'll look into it. And he walked right out the door, got in his cart, and took off.
Wow.
And I witnessed it. I even told them it was going to happen, and they're like, I don't know. We just don't see it.
Well, what's the point?
I saw it last night at Walmart. I saw a guy walk out with crap. Last night. Yeah.
What was the guy walking out with at Walmart?
The guy at Walmart had air conditioning filters and a humidifier. So at least he's trying.
A humidifier?
He's trying to add some humidity in his life.
Oh, you could stop that guy. Those are heavy.
No, it was a 1 gallon one. I bought the same one. They're nice. Vicks makes it.
They're only like $20.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was thinking of those big boxes.
Do you have a humidifier at home?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to use it starting tomorrow.
Conway's a big believer in humidifiers.
The winds tomorrow are going to be unbelievable. We're going to have 9% humidity. We're going to have hurricane-style winds here in Los Angeles, especially in the valley, and everyone's going to dry up. Everyone's going to be completely dry.
It makes me crazy. Yeah. I get headaches. My eyes start to squeak.
My bedroom looks like a hospital. I've got everything. Got a heart monitor. I got the humidifier. The bed tilts up. I got a button there to press for Jen when I need some more soup.
You'll feel good when you go to the nursing home.
I'm at the nursing home.
Yeah.
What do you mean go?
You're right.
I live in hospice.
The only thing misses is the nurses. Is all that's missing.
That's right.
All right. We'll continue. It's election night coverage.
111 to 72.
That's right. We'll see if there's any more states getting called.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Trump is blowing Harris away in Florida. Now, you don't get extra electoral points for winning big, but he is winning big. 92% of the vote in, and he's up by 14 points, 56-42. And some of the analysts I'm reading say that his margins in Florida are almost inconceivable for a modern Republican presidential candidate.
Which means all the polls were wrong.
That it wasn't supposed to be this much of a blowout. And the thing is, this could indicate that he's going to do better in other states, like the swing states. He's going to win Miami and Dade County going away, according to one analyst, and even his home Palm Beach County, which is normally a rich Democratic stronghold, according to the National Review. Early exit polling out of Georgia has Trump winning independents by 11 points. In 2020, Joe Biden won the independents. So that's a swift turnaround. Now,
you know who's going to use this, John? I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but in 4 years, if Harris wins this, Ron DeSantis is going to use this number today to say he's the guy.
Yeah. Trump is now ahead in Georgia, 52-47. That's with 63% of the vote. In North Carolina, he's up by less than a point, and he was behind much of the night. That's with 43% of the vote. Go to Virginia. Virginia, he's up by less than a point with 43% of the vote. So Georgia and North Carolina are swing states. Virginia was considered to be solid Democrat.
Why haven't they called New York, or even there's not even indicators out of New York?
Polls aren't closed in New York yet.
They're not at 9 o'clock?
It's not 9 o'clock yet.
Well,
give it 6 minutes. Oh, there's a lot of things closing at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 our time.
14 states. It's the biggest closing.
Yeah. Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan. That's a big one. Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Trump's winning Texas 53-48 now with that's 52% of the vote in.
By the way, do people, these morons who are going around lighting up the boxes where you can drop your ballot off, don't they realize that every single one of those boxes in the United States has at least 1 or 2 cameras on it? It has to, by law.
Hey, look at the guy who blew off his hand.
Yeah, I guess.
People who blow things up.
They got the guy in Washington that did it. They know who it is. They got his license plate in the whole run.
Very seldom women doing this, by the way. It's always guys. And guys like things that blow up. Guys like to burn things. Guys are.
I've read that. I think there's a severe penalty for that, though. Blowing up other people's ballots.
No, exactly. It's a felony.
Yeah, I think guys commit 93% of the crimes in this country.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, we're a bad species.
Yeah.
It's testosterone.
We're a blight. Exactly.
Give them some time.
All right, Pennsylvania is tightening slightly. It's still heavily Harris, 67-31. A lot of this mail-in ballots. Ohio, Trump is up 51-47. They haven't called it yet. Michigan, the polls, all right, the whole state will close down in 5 minutes, but part of the state, I think, because that's a split time zone. And it's 54-43 Harris over Trump with 7% of the voting.
What did Crozier say? Crozier, did you say 14 states are closing?
14 states completely closing up in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay.
Some of them close in 2 different time zones.
Right. Well, if they close in 5 minutes, aren't they going to have some preliminary numbers in 5 minutes?
Oh, at 6:01, you're going to see a lot of states called.
All right, and we'll be on the air.
Yeah, like Texas, they already closed an hour ago. So, I mean, there's some of their polls, I should say.
Yeah, I think that's a split state as well.
Yeah.
The estimate on the popular vote is just over 1 percentage point for Harris, and this is a little smaller than the night opened up with. They're saying it's almost entirely attributable to Trump's strong result in Florida. Florida has seriously shifted right from the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this,
Yeah, it's... you know what? Somebody wrote that it's permanently changed since COVID. They got so many people fleeing oppressive Democratic cities like New York and other Northeast cities. And this kids couldn't go to school in the Northeast.
Sure.
So a lot of families took their kids to school. Like mom went ahead and they found a house, and then dad did remote work, and they just decided they were going to camp there for a couple of years and see what happens. And a lot of them are staying.
You know,
a lot of them are voting.
My daughter was in school here in Burbank, and those schools were closed for almost 19 months. In Florida, they were closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Well, because they had research in September 2020 that said little kids it's almost impossible for them to catch COVID, and they don't spread it. And that was true all the way up into college. So send your kids to school, but Newsom kept them shut down for another year.
There was a lot of pressure in California from the teachers union.
Oh, the teachers union, yeah.
That was really it.
They pay the bills. All right. Well, I'm done.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
that's
that's
right. You're
right.
done. Okay.
Well,
I wondered
Kelly's
why he
coming
was
in here.
collecting his stuff.
Yeah,
as he was
so
speaking.
I'm packing
Waiting
up.
for the bell to ring.
Trump
here.
is up 111 to 72 in the Electoral College, but in just a matter of minutes, there's going to be a whole flood of network calls.
You want to stay for that?
States. No, Mo's coming in.
All right. Well, we have four microphones.
Get too crowded. Conway, Thompson.
You couldn't see this, but John just flipped me off.
I did not flip you
Good
off.
night, John. Don't worry about it.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.